Right now, you're probably supposed to be doing something. Whether it's studying, working, or replying to that message you've been leaving unread for 4 days, you're watching this instead. And let's face it, we've all been in that same situation. And the mad thing is, you're not even that bothered because you told yourself to start properly on Monday. Fresh week, fresh start, new you. But Monday comes and somehow it's already Wednesday. You have to understand, this is not laziness. This is something your brain's doing to you on purpose. And once you understand it, it is very hard to unsee. Procrastination is not the same as laziness. Lazy is not wanting to do something. Procrastination is wanting to do it, planning to do it, just having the full intention to do that one task. But of course, it's just later, right? But why does this actually happen? Well, there are two parts of your brain constantly fighting each other. The part that thinks long term, your goals, your deadlines, versus the other part of your brain that wants to feel okay at this very moment. And to everyone's surprise, the second one always wins. But listen, that's not because you're weak, but because that emotional part of your brain is ancient. It was not built to care about assignments or your career plans. It was built to keep you alive today. And sitting down to do something difficult feels to the brain that it's a threat. And what does it always do with its threats? It avoids them. But here's the part that actually got me. The moment you decide to put something off, your brain releases a small hit of relief. The threat is gone. The pressure lifts, and that feeling, well, that little reward is exactly what your brain is chasing every time you talk it into waiting. And it's not always obvious. Sometimes it looks like scrolling TikTok instead of starting. Sometimes it looks like tidying a room, answering emails, just doing anything that feels productive so you don't feel bad about not starting the actual thing. And the reason why that's so bad is because your brain thinks it's actually busy and you feel like you're doing something, but in reality you're avoiding the thing that actually matters. And I don't know about you guys, but I used to always build a version of myself in my head that does not exist yet. The future me who wakes up early, gets it all done, has everything figured out. And I spend so long imagining that person, but the thing is I never actually became them. I said to myself, I'll start Monday, I'll be different next month, I just need to get through this week first. But the problem is not missing one detail, it is a pattern. Every single time you put something off and get away with it, your brain learns that putting things off works. The relief felt good, nothing bad actually happened, and now that loop is slightly more locked in than it was before. And do that for a few years and you end up with a brain that is genuinely trained to avoid discomfort at all costs. And this means you can't start hard things at all. You can't sit with uncertainty. You can't build anything that takes longer than a week to pay off. And at 18 or 19, this is the exact skill you need most. The ability to do hard things before you feel like doing them. So what am I actually doing about it? Well, I'm not going to give you a whole productivity system because I've tried most of them out. But the one thing that actually works for me is stupidly simple. When I notice I'm avoiding something, I just ask myself, what is the smallest possible version of starting this? Not finishing it, not doing it properly, just starting. Open the document, write one sentence, read one page, 2 minutes. Because the resistance is almost entirely in the start. Once you're in it, the brain recalibrates, the threat disappears, and most of the time you just keep going. Because that character you build in your mind, where you say to yourself you do it tomorrow, or you do it later on today, or even next week, is not you right now until you just start, because that character you keep imagining all along will eventually be you, and that's the important thing. So let's face it, you already know what you're supposed to be doing right now at this very moment. So close this app right now and do the smallest version of it and see what actually happens. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if this is the kind of thing you want to see more of, and I'll see you guys in the next one.